Hi, I'm Jimmy Babin, Creative Cajun Cooking. Sometimes you might get a day off. Then you come play at the camp, but then you want to cook something anyway. So today we're going to do something different. Got the old cast iron pot and some charcoals, and we're going to make us a little chicken stew with some taters in it, and use the roasting gravy magic to make that happen. You know, I'm getting technical. I got charcoal instead of some old wood with rake and scrape. You just kind of light them up and then start getting going. All right, now we're going to scoot these little coals around here. Just scoot them charcoal right up under the bottom edge of that thing. Get them happening. And you know, you're out in the wilderness, so you ain't gonna dip it out of the river, I hope. But we're gonna pour a little bottled water in there, kind of get this thing cooled down in the bottom of the pot. In this box of roasting gravy magic, there's 2 bags. And you get to make a family size with it. There's 1 bag. There's all your seasoning and onions and everything to make it happen. And this other bag is your gravy thickening agent that you're gonna mix with a little water and pour in after your meat and taters get about done. Let's set that down out of the way for right now. You gotta have an old pocket knife. A friend of mine gave me that thing. He said, better not catch me without it and my clothes still on. He gonna whoop on me. So you know what? He's a good friend of mine. I don't need him whipping on me. Ooh, yeah. That's gonna be about right, huh? Just dump about 4 pounds of that cut up chicken thighs. I like the chicken thighs. I'm a dark meat sort of guy, huh? And then we're gonna put the rest of the water. I'm gonna save a little of that. Now we just gotta let that charcoal do its thing and start cooking on it. Close that lid up. We'll get a few pieces of this charcoal and put around the top edge of that thing so it'll heat up. See if you can read that upside down. That's an 8-quart pot. It says so right there. It can't tell a lie. It's etched in steel on it, you know. When it's etched in steel, it ought not ever tell no story. It's kind of like my box. It's etched in cardboard and print. I do the box thing with the instruction because sometimes I even forget. Well, see there, we got a little section of backup coals down there because these other ones start burning out before we get finished, and I don't want it to get cold or quit boiling. We want it to still kick behind and take names. How about that one? So after them things catch up, we'll start placing them around the pot again. Look here, I got them taters already sliced up. I just drop them on in. That chicken's starting to get done. Just a slow, easy boil. I'm gonna put them taters down there submerged under that water. Ooh, they're gonna soak up some goodness. You know that? That gravy gonna kind of soak in there as they're starting to cook up. Ooh, that's gonna be good, yeah. You know, we're talking about cooking with this charcoal deal. And me, yeah, I like mashing the gas to it, you know. Marissa said, well, how else would you do that? I said, cut some little pipes and put under them legs, jack it up higher, light a big fire, move that fire in and out underneath that pot when as needed, like turning that valve on and off. That's the way you roll. Yeah. We gotta try a tater here. Oh, that potato's almost done. We got to get this gravy mix going. All right. We get this little gravy mix going because it ain't far down the road that's going to be cooked, and I want this ready to go in there in just a minute. So I'm going to put all the little gravy thickening agent in this bowl, which is basically a lot, but it's not. It depends on how thick you want your gravy. Sometimes you want it thicker to go over mashed potatoes. Sometimes you want it thinner to go over rice. So you might not want to put it all in that pot at one time. I'm gonna wuss this thing up some. Try to get it all good and smooth and incorporated in there so there's no clumps. That thing thickening up in there already, you know? It don't take that much. Me, I like to have it a little thicker than that. So we're gonna put a little bit more. Oh yeah, that looks like it's about right. Then potatoes help thicken it up also. The potatoes is almost done. And you know, if you like a light gravy, that's a nice light gravy. Just a few more minutes on them potatoes, we ought to be in good shape. Yeah, you can do this with any kind of meat. You know, if you're at your camp and you're really hard up, and as long as you got a box there of roast and gravy magic, you can come back with a Nutra and do this. Armadillos ain't too bad. That's possum on a half shell. I did this with the boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Cut it up in smaller pieces so it cooks down a little faster. But you can basically do this with most any type of meat. You know, you can do this with pork. It takes a little bit longer to cook than the chicken does. You can even do it with some shrimp, made a shrimp stew. Roast and gravy magic. That's not just Cajun chef, that's creative Cajun cooking.
Available in stores and at creativecajuncooking.com.